I'm about to switch things up a little bit on my channel. When it comes to subscription boxes, I'm just going to be completely honest. Unboxing them is probably one of my least favorite type of videos to do. Sometimes I enjoy it. I mean, I definitely enjoy, what I get in the boxes. I don't like everything every time, of course, but I do, I stick with the boxes for a reason, because I am a collector. But the reason I think I don't enjoy unboxing them so much is because whenever a box comes out, especially a popular box like one of the Funko boxes, for like 2 weeks, I see a bunch of those videos on YouTube, and I do enjoy some of them. I really do like to hear the opinions of some of my fellow YouTubers. I do enjoy that, but I think because I kind of marathon and I run through those videos and then I get my box a little bit later, by the time I get to it, it's just not as exciting for me to actually do an unboxing. And I still want to keep that consistent though, sharing my opinions when I get a box. I'm definitely going to still do that. But what I've enjoyed a lot more on my channel is actually speculating about what's going to happen in the next box. So I'm going to put more of a focus on that. And then what I will do, like I'm going to do with this video here, is I will take the box that just came out and I'll basically do, share my opinions on it at the end of the speculation video. So that's the way I think I'm going to do things from now on. Now, if I do happen to get a box early and I feel like people will, want to see what's in it, maybe they're not spoiled on it yet or anything, and they do want to check it out, then I will go ahead and put a video up. But other than that, this is the way I think I want to do things, because it's just more fun for me. And if it's fun for me, then I know it's going to come across more in the video, and I really want you all to be entertained when you check my videos out. So, that's enough about that. I just want to say that, again, for this video, my thoughts on the box that was just released, which was the Batman Villains box. I'm going to share that at the end. I got my box super late, and I'll explain why at the end of the video when I get to that point. But if you're just here for the speculation on DC Legacy box, that's what the focus is going to be here for right now. So, first of all, DC Legacy, it can be taken in more than one way, but the way that I'm taking it is that they're talking about the golden age of comics, which, on this screen here it says from 1935 to 1956. You will see the years listed slightly different from, depending on which source you go to. But that is the era. I mean, it's around those years, the mid 1930s to somewhere in the 50s. That's the range that we're talking about when a lot of our very popular characters were first created. So we're talking about characters like, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, and so on. A lot of very popular characters were created during this period. So I'm really thinking that that is where this box is going to focus. That's not 100% guarantee, but it seems like a strong possibility here. Now, this artwork you're seeing right now, I just wanted to share this image, and there's some more artwork by Alex Ross in this video, and that's because Alex Ross is just amazing, and he did some really great work with the characters from the Golden Age, the Golden Age version of Batman, Superman, and so on. He's done some really amazing artwork. In the graphic novel Kingdom Come, if you've never read that story, it is so worth checking out. If you're definitely a big DC fan and you like to read, Kingdom Come to me is a must. It's a really great story, and it's one of the few graphic novels that I can say every single panel is amazing artwork. And again, that's because of Alex Ross. Just super talented. So yeah, again, check that out. And especially if you like the look of that more throwback look of the characters, then that's what he represents very well. But let's get it moving into the actual speculation about what Funko could do with this box. And I'm going to kind of mix things up. I'm going to tell you some things I would like to see and also what I think Funko might do. Now, they already put Batman on the box, so we know there's going to be something Batman in there. And I'm going to be blunt about this. I'm just going to say, please, not a pop. I really don't want it to be a pop, because there are plenty of Batman pops out there. As a matter of fact, they have already done a Golden Age Batman pop. So I don't think we need another one right now. So I hope they go somewhere else with Batman. I'm fine if he's on the pin or maybe the t-shirt, and if not, maybe him solo on the t-shirt, unless it's a great image like this artwork you see here in the middle. That is fantastic. That alone on the t-shirt, I would love that. I would rock that like crazy, you know. But other than that, I'd prefer to see him in some sort of group shot, a group picture, you know, maybe with the original Justice League, or maybe even mixed in with the Justice Society of America, which I'm not even sure if he was really an original member with that group. But still, he could be in the mix. You know, they kind of throw him in the mix anyway. Even with the upcoming Justice League Dark movie, I see they've already upped his role in that storyline. So they love some Batman, but I don't want them to run him into the ground. Now, you might be surprised here to see that it says a reaction figure as a possibility. I'm not saying that I want a reaction figure. I just feel because this is a DC Legacy box, I kind of got this inkling that they are going to be very tempted to have reaction figures in this box. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. Honestly, it would kind of make sense with the theme, so I wouldn't be like completely upset by that. And they've gotten better with the reaction figures, so who knows, maybe it would be cool to actually see a Golden Age Batman as a reaction figure. But like I said, no pop. We don't need another Batman pop in a box right now. Now, I looked at the artwork, their promotional artwork. I had it on the first screen of this video, and their artwork really does hint at what's going to be in the box. That was very true for the Batman Villains box, and I'm pretty sure by now, if you're a big Funko fan, then you've already seen what's in that box. So you know the promotional artwork really did match up with what ended up in the box. So they had Plastic Man in the mix there, and Plastic Man might be represented in this box in some way, which would be kind of cool because he's a funny character, interesting character, and he's actually had some dramatic stories within the comics as well, you know. So very interesting character that's kind of underutilized, so maybe they could do something interesting with him. But Funko doesn't really design figures, and I'm trying not to, well, I guess there's no way around this pun. They're not very flexible, so I don't know if they could really do Plastic Man justice. And yeah, I'm sorry, like I said, no way around that pun. But I don't know if they would do any sort of figure where his arms would be stretched out or could stretch out or anything like that. I mean, ideally with Plastic Man, you would want a throwback Stretch Armstrong figure, you know, like redone as Plastic Man, ideally. But that's not going to happen with them. So I think Plastic Man may end up on the patch, or again, he may be a reaction figure. As a pop, I don't think I would like him as a pop because, like, again, it just wouldn't be too true to the character. But as a reaction figure, I guess that would be okay. Now, the Green Lantern, to me, as far as pops go, I think this is a must. I'm just going to say that. I think this would be an absolute must. Give us a Green Arrow that's very much a throwback, where he has on the like Robin Hood style hat, and make sure the feathers in there too. You know, that would be awesome. And you see that this design is actually held up, even though a lot of people now are used to seeing Green Arrow with the hood on. I think the one with the hat is still held up very well. And these images, you know, these, other than the Alex Ross one, these other two images are from recent animation, or relatively recent. So yeah, you know, Batman Brave and the Bold, and then also the Justice League. I think he was in Justice League Unlimited, that cartoon. So yeah, again, I would be really happy to see that. To me, that would just blow people away, I think. And get the facial hair right on them too, like the original Green Arrow pop, which was awesome. You know, I think a lot of people would be happy with that. So yeah, Green Arrow as a pop, that would just be a winner. It really would be. Now, Wonder Woman, of course, a lot of popularity right now. A lot of people getting excited about her movie upcoming. So I don't know if they would really give us another figure of her right now, because I'm pretty sure there is going to be a Wonder Woman box for the movie. But I would really like a throwback Wonder Woman pop figure with her her original look, and it would be different from all the Wonder Woman figures they have right now. In some subtle ways, they can make it kind of different. Definitely do her hair justice. I like that original hairstyle that she had, and I also like the image you see there in the bottom right, her with the skirt on. Give us the skirt version of her as well. I think that would be pretty cool. And I know there's a lot of big Wonder Woman fans out there that would really appreciate that, original take on Wonder Woman. Now I'm getting into the realm here of, maybe long shots. I'll just say that this is definitely a long shot, but I think it's a pretty good long shot. If they gave us a pop of Dr. Fate, man, that would be incredible, because the helmet, I just know that helmet could be designed so well. And, with the cape and everything, he's just a great design character. So that's the main reason I would like to actually see Dr. Fate, just to see how they could do the helmet. And, if they actually ever did Dr. Fate, like I said, I don't know. I think it's a long shot for this box. But if they ever did a Dr. Fate pop, then, they could do some variations as well. Even a metallic version. The helmet, again, would just look so great on that. But, yeah, that's long shot territory. But I'd be pretty happy with it. And if you don't know about Dr. Fate is basically like the DC's version of Doctor Strange. They're both sorcerers, basically. I won't get all into his background, and really I don't know a whole lot about him, but that just pretty much sums it up to me the easiest way I can. I will say this as well, though, there have been a lot of people that have held the title of Dr. Fate in the comics, whereas, Doctor Strange is just Doctor Strange, although there all have been different Sorcerer Supremes. See, it's all jumbled up. I'm not going to get deep into that. Let's keep it moving. And then, this one might be another long shot, but I don't know. Again, it's DC Legacy. So if they really want to go with the Golden Age, then they could give us the original version of Green Lantern, either as a pop or a reaction figure. The costume, definitely kind of silly, but it has a charm to it as well. So I'd be happy with it. And, whether it's a pop or reaction figure, I actually would be happy with it. Just because, like I said, it's kind of cheesy, but it does have a certain charm to it as well. That cape definitely looks like straight out of a costume store, but it's still all good though. So, and that is, again, the original design of Green Lantern, very different from what we're used to seeing nowadays with Green Lantern. Another long shot here, but a pretty awesome one to me. And again, this does go back to the Golden Age, the Spectre. The Spectre to me is a very interesting character. He plays a significant role within Kingdom Come. He kind of helps to frame the story. I'll say it in that way. I won't ruin the story for you, but yeah, really interesting character. He had a great animated short as well some years back. Again, I know it's a long shot, but I do kind of like the design of the character, even though, I don't know, I guess he could look kind of weird as a pop with the bare chest and everything. I don't know, but maybe they could work that out. And then, again, if this was one of the reaction figures, I'd be okay with that. And I gotta stress again, I don't know for sure that they would do a reaction figure, but I keep on getting that inkling since it is DC Legacy. Now, side note here, quick side note, because I was thinking about the Spectre, another character came to my mind. Deadman. Deadman needs more attention. I'd like to see a Deadman pop. In fact, I'd like to see a lot more Deadman figures and Deadman storylines and everything. Hopefully, Justice League Dark, the animated movie, will draw some more attention to that character. That is a great character. If you're really a DC fan and you don't know about Deadman, you really should check him out. Now, I did not forget about the big blue and red elephant in the room. Yes, Superman has got to have some presence in this box as well, because he really kicked things off for DC. I mean, there were other heroes and everything, but as far as popularity, when you think DC, nowadays, of course, people think Batman, then Superman. But, classically, Superman would come first. So, Superman is tricky, though, because even though he doesn't have as many pop figures as Batman, I don't think anybody does, but it's a little bit tricky to do a classic version of him, because it would look too similar, to other versions that have been done. So I was really thinking about this, mulling it over, and I thought about the old Max Fleischer cartoons, which I think are great animation. And I learned recently why the animation is so smooth. I think it actually is because the artists actually drew over live footage. They actually took actors and they drew over them, so that's why the movement seems so realistic. But anyway, I really like the design that Max Fleischer used for those Superman cartoons. But I did a little more digging and I came across a very rare Superman figure, which actually is Superman based on Kingdom Come. So that one looks very similar to Max Fleischer's design. So again, I just don't think we need another Superman figure right now, even though again, I know that one is rare, but unless they did something dramatically different with the mold, I just don't see it being necessary. So I would say that the comic in the box probably should have a Superman focus. As a matter of fact, instead of just giving us a straight up comic with a different cover, it would be nice if they collaborate with these companies and give us something a little different, like maybe, let's say, like a Superman retrospective or something like it, or even just like a Golden Age retrospective. That would be very cool. I just don't know if they're going to do anything like that right now. It seems like it's a little easy for them to just slap a new cover on a comic that's already made, but I mean, who knows? But again, I think the comic should have either a Superman focus or a Golden Age focus. So I do want to hear from you all. What would you like to see in the DC Legacy box? What do you think they really mean by Legacy? Obviously, it's got to mean throwback. But again, there are some things they've already touched on. Like they've already done the original design of Flash, even though, I mean, it's based off the TV series and everything. That's kind of confusing to get into as well. If you follow the Flash series, you know what I'm talking about already. So some of these throwback designs have already been touched on. So I think that takes away some of their flexibility. So I just, still, if you really know DC, let me know, what do you think they should do? What do you want them to do? So I really look forward to hearing your comments. And at this point, I'm going to let you know again that I am about to move into my thoughts on the latest DC Legion of Collectors box, which is the Batman Villains box. If you've already checked that out plenty of times and you're not that interested, I understand if you check out. But for those of you that want to hear my thoughts about it, let's go ahead and get into it. Are you all seeing what I'm seeing? Notice anything peculiar here? Yeah, this is the box that I received from my local post office. This is my Legion of Collectors box, Batman Villains box, November 2016 box, with priority mail tape wrapped tightly around one edge, smashed up, damaged for sure. And I didn't even notice this right away because I received another package. I have another unboxing to do, which hopefully will go a lot better than this one. But I was so focused on that box and the other mail that I received that I didn't even realize at first that this box was this way. But sure enough, I get this home, I open it up, and damage. I've never received figures this damaged before, and I mean never. I've had a little box damage, but nothing like this. The main item I was looking forward to in this box, because as I said before, I know what's in the box. I already knew that, and I was actually looking forward to this Two-Face doors, but not in a box that looks like this. Absolutely ridiculous. And the pop box is not much better. I mean, take a look at this. I didn't take this pop out at all. Haven't done anything with this box. This is the condition that I got it in. So let me give you a quick story here, and please do bear with me. My mail was held for a few days, and the reason why is because the mailbox that I had up in front of my house, it was kind of janky. I'll be honest about that, and it needed replacing. But I kind of held off on doing that because I was still receiving my mail. But then the mail, and just to explain, I didn't have like a wooden post. I had this like metal post, and it was this real, like I said, real janky mailbox I got from Walmart to replace the one that was here before because the wooden post kind of rotted away. I forgot about that at first, but that's what happened. It rotted away, and it fell over, so I had to replace it. So I got one from Walmart, and the way that they designed the mailbox to go on the post, it made no sense at all. So I did my best to put it together, and it held up for a while, but then inevitably it started kind of leaning down the mailbox itself, and I tried to jimmy rig it and keep it up, and I still received mail, so I didn't really worry about it. The mail carrier did complain a couple of times, but I kept receiving my mail, so I didn't really stress it. But then one day it really fell over, and I mean, it was like just dangling, and the box was dangling. So I got this notice saying that the mailbox had to be fixed. So I kind of jimmy rigged it back up. It was up again where mail could be placed into it, and I did receive mail at least one day after that. But then the mail stopped coming, so I knew something wasn't right. Like, I didn't receive mail the majority of last week. So went to the post office about it, and I was told, well, actually, no, the mail carrier, I think it was Saturday morning, I made sure that I had my door open so the mail carrier could see I was home. And I went out and met her, and she told me that the box had to be replaced. And I'm like, okay, I kind of was tight on money. I did a little shopping for myself last week. I really haven't been able to do much lately for myself. But I did a little shopping, but I was like, oh well, things happen. I'm not going to stress it. So I went ahead and replaced the box and everything, and still didn't get mail today. So I went to the post office to see what's up, because she told me that boxes were being held and that I had to replace my box, my street box, in order to get any of my mail. Even though I have a post office box, she was like, I couldn't get any mail at all. I didn't even know they could do that, but whatever. It kind of irks me just because I've spent a lot of money in this post office. There have been plenty of weeks when I delivered I sent off like 4 or 5 packages, so I've given them a lot of business, and yet it's like no leeway with them. There was even one time when a package was sent out, and well, actually, this is what happened. I wanted to send something to Liam Pinero because he's just a really cool guy, and he gave me a shout out and everything. I mean, just a good person, so I wanted to send him a little something, and I left one of the numbers off of the zip code accidentally, and the lady there, or no, actually it was his actual P.O. box number. A number was left off, and the lady told me at the post office, she was like, I'm sure they'll work it out when it gets there. She's like, you can, go ahead and send it. They'll work it out. And I'm like, okay, I trusted in her. Sure enough, the box comes back, and instead of being nice about it, they charged me all over again. And that just, it really bothered me then. And one of the workers, she was like, she didn't agree with that, but she said it wasn't in her hands. And I think she was genuine, because she's one of the nicest people there. There's really, I would say, 2 ladies there that are very nice. But the woman that handed me my mail today, I can't stand her. Her attitude sucks. I don't know why she should not have any job where she's dealing with customers. That's the way I feel about it, just to be blunt. I cannot stand when anybody in the service industry has an attitude like all the time. Like, why are you in the service industry then? Keep yourself in the back dealing with boxes or something. Don't come out with an attitude with me, because I didn't do anything to you to mess up your day. You messed up mine. So, and I'm sorry to rant like this. I really don't get like this very often, but this really annoyed me, because like I said, I give them so much business, and yet she didn't even bother to explain what had happened. She didn't say a word. And like I said, I didn't notice it right away because I had all this other mail to deal with in another box, as well. So I didn't notice it till I got home, and obviously, was upset, and I called to see what had happened, and immediately she flew into an explanation then, but she didn't bother before when I was in there. But she's like, there's a notice on the box, a print on the box, or stamp, excuse me. And let me cover up my address here. But she pointed out that the box had been stamped, and it said received in damaged condition. Now, I'm still not 100% sure what that even means. I know Funko did not send it out like this, because Funko, I mean, they definitely didn't do this. They didn't have this tape, and look at how tight that tape is on there. So I don't understand it. I mean, if the box was open a little bit, I can understand if they had to tape it up, but why like this? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like they had no care about what was inside of it. So like I said, I got no help with them. She was just like, it was received like that, and we're not responsible. The typical nonsense. So and I'm really trying to watch my language, because I keep my channel PG. But anyway, so I did send an email off to Legion of Collectors. I'll wait and see what they have to say. I don't know if I'll be compensated or like what will happen. I really don't know, but this really does irk me because the pop, I'm not a fan of it. I feel like it was an odd choice for this box. I don't really look at Catwoman so much as a Batman villain anymore. I know traditionally she is, but she's really been more of an anti-hero, and a lot of times she's been an accomplice of Bruce, also been, of course, a lover for Bruce Wayne and Batman. So it's like, I thought it was an odd choice. And I think, Bane, I like this patch, but a comic version of Bane as a pop would have been much cooler. Mr. Freeze would have been awesome. Really, there's a lot of other Batman villains that I think would have made a better pop. And if they're going to do Catwoman, I don't understand why they went with her original design. It's weird to me. That seems more suitable for the DC Legacy box than it does for this box, in my opinion. But it's whatever, I guess. But I was looking forward to the doors, and I do unbox my doors, most of them, but not the exclusive ones. So that's why I'm so upset about the condition of that box. And this Catwoman pop, I was gonna either trade it or sell it off. And when I sell my pops, I go to Funko auctions on Facebook. I'm more comfortable doing it there just because since it is an auction, the buyers are really setting the price, so I feel more comfortable with that as opposed to saying I'm gonna charge like $25 or something like that for this pop. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather kind of let things just work out naturally and the price gets set that way. To me, it feels more fair. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the box is all right. I like the Riddler pin, and Riddler, that's about where his popularity is, to me. So pin is fine enough. The Joker mug, I actually like it. This is my first time ever receiving one of these mugs, and I do like this one actually. I think this design of the Joker works well with the mug. This is much better than that Doctor Strange one, which just looked creepy to me. I mean, they're doing just a human head like that. I mean I know Joker's human too, but his design though just makes this look better for me. The hat, that'll probably go to somebody else. It's not for me, but I think as far as their hats go, it's not a bad design. It's just I don't wear hats, and Funko's hats to me anyway look like they're made for kids. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. I don't know how you all feel about it, but not a fan of the hats. I don't think I've heard of anybody say that they're really crazy about their hats. But it's hard to even think about the box in great detail just because I'm so upset about the condition of what I received. But I will update you all. I'll let you know what I hear back from Legion of Collectors. Hopefully they'll work it out for me. I mean, I still don't know if something happened on their end. I really feel like something must have happened with the post office. Regardless of what happened, I know I'm not to blame. I don't feel like I should have to take the brunt of this because I didn't do anything wrong here. Even with me taking my time to kind of finally get a new mailbox, the mailbox had nothing to do with this box. It's not as if the box would have went in there anyway. So I mean, if they have a package to hold, regardless of how long it's in their possession, they should take care of it. That's the way I see it, and I really feel like something is shiesty on their end. I cannot imagine Funko sending out a smashed up box. It just doesn't make sense. Out of the factory, I don't think so. That makes no sense. But it is what it is. I don't want to keep ranting, and I know this is going to be a long video because of the this segment along with the DC Legacy segment. But if you stuck all the way through, I definitely appreciate it, and thank you if you listened to me and allowed me to vent. That's something that's important. I think you always got to have people that you can vent with and just get some emotions out, because if you don't, then that's like poison basically in your system, you might as well say. So my viewers, those of you that really check out my videos, I definitely appreciate it. I don't rant that often, but this is something I just had to get off my chest. So if you listen and you stuck with me all the way through, again, that really does mean a lot to me. Definitely want to hear your feedback and your thoughts about both my the DC Legacy box that's upcoming and this box in my situation that happened. Any type of feedback, I would appreciate it. And again, thank you all for the support. Can't say that enough. And I'll talk with you all again really soon.